Let's go to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Joshua joins us there. Joshua, how can we help?
Hey, how are you guys doing?
We're having a blast. What's going on?
Awesome. I had a question about my relationship and kind of how the financial aspect of everything fits into it. I've been with the girl, about a year and a half, and I love her, and I'm looking at engagement, but we haven't discussed finances in detail. And I know there's a bit of an income gap there, and I was just kind of wondering when and how that subject should be approached.
Great question. So let me ask you this. You said there's an income gap. How do you know that?
She asked me to help do her taxes last year. I'm an investment advisor and tax advisor.
Cool. So you know her income, but she doesn't know yours.
Yeah, and there's no big secret. The conversations just never come up.
Yeah. So what is the conversation like around money so far?
It's just something we just split expenses when we go out, and, there's never any kind of concern on my part or even hers. But we have not gone in depth in any way, shape, or form, as far as what I have and what I make and that kind of thing.
Well, without giving you a specific timeline, I'll say this. What's more important than the numbers are the values. And if you guys value the same things financially, if you guys both want to remain debt-free, become debt-free, invest for the future, those are the things that tell me that you will have longevity as a couple versus who makes what. But if the fear is I make a lot more than her, is this going to change the relationship? Is that part of the equation?
I'm not overly concerned about that, but it's something that's in the back of my mind. I don't think that she values that kind of thing more than me. Great values as a person. She's awesome. And neither of us have any debt anymore. So I guess I was just kind of wondering when's appropriate. Before you get engaged, after you get engaged?
Sure. Well, here's the funny thing. She's already aired everything about her financial life because you did her taxes. So clearly She's very open and honest about this stuff, and I don't think it's a bad thing for you to do that as well. But I do think it's wise for you guys to be engaged before having, very specific conversations when it comes to numbers, because we don't recommend combining your finances until you're married, and that's really when it starts to matter.
Sure.
But Ken may have a totally different approach. What's your take on this, Ken?
I think you're very thoughtful on this, and I think there might be some fears. I think you've addressed the financial stuff. I think you have to, Joshua, kind of wrestle with what are you afraid of based on the information you've given us. Do you think that, I know you love her, but I just heard some doubt about maybe even the long-term viability of this relationship because of how she looks at money and how you look at money. Am I reading into that, or did I hear some of that?
No, I guess it's in the back of my mind, but it's probably more so from past experiences I've had, nothing to do with her. I'd hate to put that on her. It's probably more just in my life experiences. I've been burned in the past. Everybody has.
What does that mean for you? What do
you mean you got burned?
You disclosed your income and they used you for your money, or?
No, not necessarily. I've just had, in the past, I've been surrounded by some shallower people, and she is by no means shallow. It's just, maybe that's why I'm kind of struggling with the whole idea of disclosing it fully to somebody that's not, say, a business partner or, an immediate family member.
Well, I think I'm hearing some trust issues based on your past. That's pretty normal. You got hurt. There's some trauma involved with what's happened to you in the past. And so you have to get healthy with that and move on from it and then go, okay, what have I learned so I can be smart? But as I begin to grow deeper in my relationship with her and I share my finances, what's the worst that can happen? Do you know what I mean? Do you think she's going to go on Facebook and share it with everybody?
No.
No. So play this out. What is the worst that can happen if I share my finances? And I think actually as you get comfortable doing this, and again, I think George is right, you guys are dating right now, so I don't think this has to happen now. But if you get to that point and you become engaged, and maybe even before we get engaged, I think this is a great time. It's not about showing her everything in your finances. It's more about talking about your views on finances and your values around money. And if she is naive, that's a big difference than shallow. So shallow,
Exactly.
Okay, good. So you get what I'm saying there? I think shallow is one thing. Naivete and not, kind of having any knowledge or experience with money is very different. I think as you begin to teach her and share with things and not be intense about it, But have conversations about it as you would maybe about eventually having kids or religion or politics or whatever you would in a relationship. You begin to talk about it holistically and see how she feels about it. And if you feel there's still concerns, then you have to take that serious. But right now, I'm not seeing a lot of red flags.
Sure.
Yeah, appreciate the call, young man. Very thoughtful.
Yeah.
Very
Wants to do
mature.
it right.
Yeah, I think that's great.